Hey guys, what is up? Red Panda Mining here. How you guys all doing? I hope you're all having a great day. Guys, today in this video, I want to talk about my journey into how I first started crypto mining and how I learned along the way and up until the present day of now. So I'm going to first begin asking you guys, let me know down in the comments if you guys can tell me your story and how you guys first started out. I would love to know. I want to get to know the community a lot more, and I love listening to people's stories and how they first got in. And so to begin, I'll first start out saying I basically started mining I mined Litecoin. That was my first coin I started mining, and I basically searched and heard about Bitcoin in Google. It was a Google search basically on, I guess, how to make money or another way to make money online of some sort. I'm trying to remember what I searched for, but it was something along that lines of, making money online or something. And cryptocurrency was one of those things that came up, and Bitcoin was one of those things where you can mine with like machines and computer hardware, and I was like getting into that world, and I was already an IT guy, so I already knew like computer hardware and all that kind of stuff, so I wasn't new to learning like what graphic cards are or those kind of stuff. So it was back, I think it was back in like September or August. Yeah, September or so when I started seeing and hearing about Bitcoin. And I mean, I did hear about Bitcoin way in the past, like 2010, but I did nothing of that. I didn't do any mining. But I really started to get into mining at this time. And so I think my first card was a ATI or Radeon 7970, and I was going about and mining Litecoin, and I don't remember the pools that I was using, but during that time, I think I was mining Litecoin at like maybe like 2 or 3 Litecoin a day on a single 7970, 3 gigabyte card. And then during that time, during those next couple months, I was gathering more video cards. I didn't have that many. I probably had like maybe 5 or 6 video cards mining Litecoin. And I think I was also mining Dogecoin. Dogecoin was, I think, one of those up and coming coins back in the day. And it was pretty hyped back then. And I got into that. But I think I did mine Dogecoin for like a couple thousand Dogecoin like a day. I was mining like a lot every day, and yeah, I didn't think anything of it, and I believe I had a couple 100,000 somewhere, and I lost it. I lost it throughout this time. I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really care about it then. I think Dogecoin wasn't really worth that much as well back then. So during this time, another thing is that Bitcoin started going up, and it went up to like $1,000, and I was like, oh man, okay, this is amazing. I can make money by mining cryptocurrency. And then during this time, I was buying some more graphic cards, and I think I had about 15 or 20. I had R9 270s and 290s. I had a bunch of R9 290s. And I was mining during this time, and I think I was mining into Bitcoin as well. So I had Litecoin, Bitcoin, and then so on and so forth going on. This was my first like, how do you say it? Rise up, like hype of Bitcoin going to $1,000, right? This is my first market cycle. And gradually Bitcoin was going down. I sold some, did some stuff. And then going on and so forth, I was getting fed up with electrical prices and basically how much I was paying, and also heat. Heat was a huge factor in my mining back in the day. I didn't know what to do, and my place was just getting way too hot. And then also Bitcoin was crashing. It was now down to like $200. $250. And then I sold everything I had. I didn't have much Bitcoin. I think I had only like 3 Bitcoin or something. And I sold it all at around $200 or $250. I don't remember how much, but it was around there. And I was like, I'm done. I sold off my cards. I was just fed up. I couldn't take it anymore. And yeah, so it was during that time. And then there was an article. I clearly remember actually seeing this article. It says, I am done mining Litecoin. And this was in August 2013. So I started after this article, but I remember looking at this article clearly after that all happened. And I was just reading through and saying like this guy had he lost about $8,883, but he said he mined about 891 Litecoin. And he said the current price of Litecoin right now is hovering around $2.50. Yeah, that's right. So Litecoin was about $2.50 at the time. Oh man, that was just crazy back then. And yeah. So anyways, I was pretty sad and let down. I was like, okay, crypto mining is dead. I'm not getting into it. So yeah, I stopped. I didn't have anything. I still had a few video cards, like R9 290s that I kept. And I still do have a couple some of them that I kept till today. But yeah, I stopped mining, and then now began in February of 2017. I began hearing about Ethereum. Okay, so I wonder if this is a similar case for a lot of you guys. I would say most of you guys getting into crypto mining came about the same phase for 2017, the same way I did. So February, I heard a buddy of mine told me about Ethereum, and it was coming up, and he saw a article on Google that this cryptocurrency called Ethereum is up and coming, and he saw it, he linked it to me, messaged me about it. I was like, oh wow, this is cool. Wow, you can mine Ethereum. I'm like, oh man, this is awesome. I was mining way back in the day, and Bitcoin was also slowly coming up in price that time. So in February, Bitcoin was going up $1,000, right? In February, that's when I started coming in. So Bitcoin was about $1,000 USD, and Ethereum, when I first heard about it, was about $5-6, and I was like, okay, oh, that's cool. I'm like, my friend's like, oh, we should buy it. And of course, I didn't buy any. And my friend, we didn't buy any. So, a couple months later on, went on, and the price started going up. Still started going up more and more. And it was about March or so, I really started like, okay, wow, Ethereum's going up $40. And I think I did have a video card, like a GTX 1060 mining Ethereum during this time. Like I just had one video card. I didn't think anything of it. I wasn't too hyped about it, obviously, until the rise in price. March 16th, 2017, Ethereum started going up 40. It's now $40 USD. I was like, okay, this is taking off. My GTX 1060 is mining like, I don't remember how much a day, but it was mining a pretty good amount of Ethereum. And I think I was able to mine like 1 or less than 1 a day on a GTX 1060. So it was during this time I started buying more video cards. And it was also during this time where I was learning about how to do this kind of stuff. So I'm going to show you guys some things where, some YouTube videos and some things where I learned from. I was learning how to build a mining frame, like an open air mining frame, from this guy called Mining Hardware. I forgot his name, but he was a pretty OG YouTuber as well. He started this YouTube video that I watched a million times how to make, August 16th, 2016. So it was during that time of March 16th of 2017 that I was watching this video on how to make your own custom mining frame. I bought all my parts from Home Depot, and I followed this guy's video like religiously. I made all my frames from watching this guy. And then, yeah, as you can see, guys, I made a video just to prove that I made these frames myself. This is one of my first YouTube videos back in November 28th, 2018, saying I'm shutting down all my rigs. It was just a joke. I was just shutting them down to dust them off, basically. But yeah, but continuing, I learned a lot of stuff as well from other YouTubers such as Bitsby Trippin'. Man, I think I watched all his videos like at least 5 times. Like he had a lot of videos about modding, BIOS modding, and mining Ethereum. And it was during this time, this video he was posted May 13th, 2017. He had a lot of other videos just talking about mining Ethereum. And as well, I was also following Voscoin. You guys may have heard of him. Probably one of the biggest crypto mining YouTubers out there. And he started, his first video was May 1st, 2017. And I was watching him religiously as well and learning from him and everything. So it was during that time I was buying GPUs. I would say about June 2017, I started to really ramp up. So I had I had one single full 6-card GTX 1060 rig. And it was mining like 6 or 7 Ethereum a month, I believe. Yeah, 6 or 7 Ethereum a month. And I know during this period, I was mining a lot of Ethereum, and I did sell a couple, to buy more cards and whatnot, and continuing on. Ethereum started, leveling off $300 for a while, and then the whole market of Bitcoin going 20K and Ethereum going up to about 1200 1400 USD in January of 2018. During this time, I've bought in cards a lot. Like I was buying, I think I have like 40 or 46 GTX 1060s right now. And I have a lot of other cards right now. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but during this time I was accumulating a lot of cards, but I was also paying a lot for video cards. So like my GTX 1060s, for example, I paid from, this is in USD, I was paying about, from 280 in the beginning to about up to $400 for some GTX 1060s. And yeah, I paid a pretty penny during that time, and it was, and let me tell you, it was an exciting time. But I was pretty motivated by the price of how Ethereum was going up, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are in a similar, maybe a similar story as me, mining during this time. And so at the high point of Ethereum and high point of Bitcoin, I did manage to sell a bunch to get some money back. I'm not like 100% full or ROI, but I am pretty close to getting my money's worth back. And now, as of the market was going down and down and down up until now, I definitely have been hodling and waiting for the next market cycle to go up and selling. So yeah, that's just pretty much what I've been doing up until now, guys. So I wanted to touch on a few other things that I've learned where I learned about crypto mining. And it wasn't just YouTubers, it wasn't just watching these guys day in and day out. I was probably watching them every day, all these videos, and there's other YouTubers as well. I was watching on about mining stuff. So as well, I was not only watching those, I was also reading Ether mining, r/Ether mining, like is on Reddit. I was probably reading about a ton of stuff on Reddit, and similar to you guys, I'm sure you guys were Googling like how to overclock this card for this hash rate, for this GTX 1070 or RX 570, and how to BIOS mod and whatnot. I did all that back in the day. I was researching like crazy. I'm sure you guys were doing the same. And then another site that I was pretty into was firstminingrig.com. And these guys were making articles back in mid and early 2017, and I was reading them and learning how to do all that stuff. And these guys were OGs back in the day of like the mining hype. So yeah, firstminingrig.com was a pretty influential site for me to learn from. And as well, of course, bitcointalk.org. That was one of the other websites that I learned. Not much back in the day. Actually, I forgot to mention, yeah, Bitcoin Talk was probably one of the most popular websites for me back in 2013. I guess I haven't talked about that much, but 2013, I used Bitcoin Talk quite a fair bit in order to learn about different coins and new coins and pools, mining pools and whatnot. It was a pretty low, not that many posts back in the day. Like I would say a couple thousand. I don't have a screenshot, but maybe, yeah, a couple hundred, but definitely below 100,000 of posts. So yeah, Bitcoin Talk, just to give you guys some history, Bitcoin Talk was initially created by Satoshi Nakamoto, the inventor of Bitcoin, on November 22nd, 2019, and was head administrator until 2011. And then Sirius was the headmaster until 2012, and then the forum is now owned and operated by Thamos since 2012. So that's pretty cool. I didn't really know this information until I looked it up on Wikipedia. So yeah, and up until now, guys, pretty much from February 2018, the market's been going down. I haven't been buying much video cards. I mean, I've expanded a little bit, but not that much because of the market downturn. And I think I did sell maybe some rigs during this time to get some profit as well. But then the market came down, and I think I did buy some cards during this time last year, September, October, August, and whatnot. And then I started my YouTube channel in, I would say, beginning of December, end of November of 2018. And yeah, ever since then, I've been making a video every day. So this is this is my crypto mining journey. I wanted to start a crypto mining channel. I was like, you know what? I read about this stuff every day, and I am 100% passionate about cryptocurrency and crypto mining in general. So I was like, why not? I'm just gonna make a YouTube channel, because I like this kind of stuff. And I did have some experience making like doing photography and videography for weddings and stuff. And so I was like, why not? I'm going to do some stuff because I like it, and I like media creation. So yeah, I've been making a video ever since about 4 months ago. As of making this video, I've had my channel now for 4 months, and I haven't missed a video. I haven't missed a video. So I've been making a video every day. And yeah, that's just how I ended up now, guys. My journey into basically how I started and learned about crypto mining up until now. I wish I could remember more stories that I had back in this day, back in 2013, but it was a fun time. I remember my video cards going up to like 95 Celsius. A lot of my cards, actually. Yeah, my 7973 gigabyte card was at like just 95 degrees temperature for like the longest time. I pointed fans at it, but it was just super hot. And my R9 200 series cards were also super hot. So I couldn't deal with that. And I remember, yeah, I just stopped mining because also the market was going down and whatnot. But enough about that, guys. I rambled on a lot. I just wanted to give you guys my story. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and maybe if you guys would like to, write out a little essay on how you guys started down in the comments, I would enjoy that. I would love to read those and get to know your guys' story, how you guys got into crypto mining, or when you got into crypto mining, and if you had maybe a similar situation that I did, or maybe something totally different. You started off in 2019, you bought some Bitcoin for a few cents, and you're a millionaire. I'm your best friend, let me know. But yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys watching me day in and day out. Thanks for watching. So I'll have another video tomorrow, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Appreciate all of you, and peace out.